So this session is a taste. It's a preview of the course OSHO Pulsation, Unwind Your Emotional Armor. It's fully online, just 1 hour a week, and you can book your place right now using the link that we will share in the chat. So when you register for this course, you'll see the session time automatically adjusted to your local time zone, so it's easy for you to plan. So this is a chance to go further into the process gently and consistently and with expert guidance. So while Dhyanesh is getting ready, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. There's many of you today. If this is the first time you hear about OSHO Pulsation, or you've already experienced it before and you're familiar with the process and you're just looking to go deeper into it, just type it into the chat. We'd love to know who's in the room today and where you're from. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our wonderful facilitator, Dhyanesh. Dhyanesh is a somatic coach and a bioenergetics facilitator who will guide you into the heart of OSHO Pulsation and share what this unique process is all about. So we'll have some Q&A at the end of the session. So if you have questions, you're welcome to type them into the chat. We'll get to them at the very end. Now to you, Dhyanesh.
Thank you, Elisabetta. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Dhyanesh. I'm a somatic coach, bioenergetics facilitator, and for the past 30 years, I have immersed myself in the practice of meditation and stress release. In 2006, my own healing led me to first training in breathwork and bioenergetics, right at the OSHO Meditation Resort in India, or should I say OSHO International Meditation Resort. and uh, and that changed everything for me. How I relate to my body, my emotions, and all my relationships. I grew up thinking dysregulation, those quick jumps from anxious to angry to sad, was just normal. So as kids, we are so sensitive. We pick up our parents' hidden pains and their own honeyed wounds, making them our own. Emotional dysregulation really is a nervous system in overdrive, trapped between overwhelming feelings and the exhausting fight to regain control. So that for me was the norm. And for 30 years, I chased healing from Indian ashrams to bioenergetics maths. So thinking I really needed fixing, really needed to be fixed. So until I learned that chronic stress isn't just a flaw, isn't a flaw, it's frozen energy. So like you, I carried shoulders like stone after morning emails, a chest that couldn't expand without feeling pressure, a pelvis that was locked in safety mode. I mean, why? Because as children, as I was mentioning, we absorb stress like sponges. We learn, don't cry, don't need, don't trust, and the body obeys just by numbing down. Does it make sense for everybody? Is it something that you can relate? Nadi, Gabriele, nice, good. So, because that tension, that type of tension that keeps repeating is not laziness. mm? Because it's not laziness because you don't work out enough. All right. So that's your body remembering, holding unprocessed emotion. That might be grief, might be swallowed anger, or rage, or forgotten fears. Everything is like down, buried down, layer by layer. So that's really a body message, a body symptom, just calling to like be part of consciousness because it's been buried down. So this work is not about fixing, it's not about repairing brokenness. It's about reclaiming the pulsating aliveness buried under these 7 layers of armor. Imagine your muscles as a living memory, like filing cabinets. They store everything you didn't get to express. Stress, anger, grief, fear. They don't just disappear, they settle in. So we develop what Wilhelm Reich called muscular armor. It's a chronic holding patterns that once protected us, but now limit our freedom. They show up as tension in the eyes, in the neck, in the jaw, our shoulders. Maybe they are like this, or even maybe they are like that. In the chest, in the belly, in the pelvis, in the whole body. About a century ago, William Reich discovered that what yogis knew centuries ago. Your body has 7 neurological segments where emotions crystallize into an armor. We call them tension belts of 7 segments, and their map almost fits the chakra system. Hmm. So these seven chakras, these 7 belts, they almost overlap with the chakras. Here we are the seventh, while actually we start from here, from the eyes, which includes also the seventh, and then we move down. So there is a very interesting overlapping. Like for the chakras, we have a certain rights, certain instincts, and they kind of are the same also with the 7 belts. So it's a very deep work when we really go with this. Very, very interesting.
I have a
Now,
question.
yeah.
So, what are these seven tension belts that you talk about?
Oh,
Are they
okay.
the same as
Yeah,
the chakras?
right, right. So they are almost the same. They are almost the same, and the second segments, we start from the eyes, as said, and this whole segment here. And when we work with the eyes, we are working with basically chronic fear, with a state of hypervigilance, dissociation. You may have noticed sometimes when you speak to someone and that someone is like lost. It's looking at you, but you can see that it's absent. That's the fear. That's the fear. That's the fear we store over here. That same fear that blocks intuition, blocks the capacity to have a certain vision in life. So what we do in our course is really softening these ocular muscles, and so you can really open this. And if I work also in a chakra, if I talk in a chakra language, let's say, once you work with the sixth chakra, with the eyes, so then you learn how to let go. That's the gate that takes you to the seventh chakra. Anyhow, in the course, we don't really work that much with chakras. It's very body oriented, but just to give you a broad explanation. So moving forward, we have the jaw. Here in the jaw, it's mostly like repressed anger, unspoken words, all the emotions that you have swallowed, the resentment, the inability to chew certain things in life. Mm. Then we continue with the throat, and then also the neck, the higher part. Here, just think about bottleneck. It's really one of the most restricted part of our body. So imagine all the energy coming from here, and then here it's like, whoa, getting like that, kind of choking. So here we have inhibited grief, the block self-expression, the block creativity. It's the constriction that suffocates the voice. Here we have so many muscles all over here. It's called platysma actually. And also this is a great access to the vagus nerves. Very important to really regulate the nervous system. We continue from the throat. We're gonna work then on the chest. Chest, here in the chest, as you can imagine, we have our heart. So here is frozen sadness. Part of these segments are also the arms, our ability to reach out to the world, reach out to what we want. Open also our arms to embrace and receive. Extremely, extremely important. Everyone has really got buried sadness over here. So it's really incredible when you open it because you really can connect with a deep, deep part of yourself and also release a very old narrative that keeps you stuck here. Then we go down, we have the diaphragm. The diaphragm is not just here, it's also in the back. So this whole umbrella muscle, the diaphragm is our system that control our emotions, control the capacity also to establish healthy boundaries. Mm? So that's really our power. After the diaphragm, we have the belly. Belly, we start to go as you notice, like more deep with emotions that are extremely difficult to deal with. That's why we start with the eyes. We start with the most easy, let's say, and then we get into the most deep, 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 where also our sense of identity is attached. So we have belly, we have shame and distrust, block pleasure. So it's very juicy. That's where our feelings come from. And then we get more down and we have our pelvis. It's really at the base of our spine. Here is where we deal with the survival terror, the fear of pleasure, the lack of trust, like owning who we are versus what other people are expecting us to be. So now you see why most people struggle to meditate when their body is in fight or flight mode. You can access stillness without first creating safety. In survival mode, the body isn't wired for calm. It's wired to fight, flee, or freeze. That's why meditation can backfire at times, leading to more agitation, dissociation, or emotional overwhelm, especially when trauma is in the system. True stillness only comes once the nervous system feels safe and regulated. Hmm? So that's why unwinding your emotional armor. It's a 5 week journey through the body's 7 hidden tension belts. It's a trauma-informed, body-first process, meaning the space is designed to support you if trauma surfaces. This type of work is rooted in gently releasing all blocks and all memories by bringing them to a conscious level. So when overwhelming experiences come up, there is a structure in place to help you to return to feeling sorry, safe, grounded, and resourced. Here you will learn to recognize and soften the armoring that really traps the stress, the emotions, and all stories in your body, all memories in your body, while practicing co-regulation through the group. Because through this, you cannot co-regulate alone. It's the presence of others, of a group that lets your nervous system relearn safety in a protected setting. Mm. This journey is especially for those who meditate but still feel tension in the body. For those who are so sensitive that absorb like a sponge, which also means that you are so open that you don't know when and how to protect yourself. It's also for those who overthink or overhold because letting go feels risky. Or if you are strong for others but you feel disconnected from yourself. If you are very busy and yet need to release deep emotional charge that stress you out and still need to be functional and energized during your day. So if that's you, this is really your space to finally unload and unwind. Mm. Let's pause here for a moment. Oh,
I have a question, Dhyanesh.
yeah.
So I have this recurring pain in my lower back, my shoulders, my
Yeah,
jaw, and
yeah,
also sometimes I just cannot take a deep breath. It feels like everything here is compressed and I cannot breathe
yeah,
properly. Um, Often also happens that when I do the tasks, I cannot focus on completing the task. I jump from
yeah,
one to another, and then the
yeah.
things it's not so good. They get left midway. So how does this course can help with this?
Well, see, it's not by chance that Neelam that I just shared, thank you, Neelam, that has just shared this, she has glasses. So this is really how the tension really impacts your capacity to stay focused. All right. So this kind of pain or patterns of tension is not random. It's really the body's memory. So a locked jaw, as I was mentioning, it's like holding a spoken nose or swallowed anger. The shoulders are burdens that you carry but never put down. So these are not just physical issues. These are like sickness that your body is trying to complete an emotional process, that got you stuck. So the benefits that this work brings in this course is that we're gonna open the body for a deep exploration and discovery, where you will learn to map your tension so that you can identify and understand where you hold the stress. So you become really conscious of it. It's no more hidden. Mm. This translates into body decoding. So you can access these hidden messages from your body, aka your unconscious mind, because those are just buried in the conscious. You don't know why these things just keep happening, blah blah blah, until you become conscious of this energy, and then you can really deal with that. Mm. So another benefit is really freeing this trapped energy using breath, movement, and sound. Um, Another is the pain and pattern release. You transform these old wounds into conscious expression. That's extremely important. You reclaim aliveness. There are many different types of breath work, but this one in particular allows you to reclaim aliveness, because whatever frozen energy, you are gonna transform it. You're gonna make a shift into energy that you can really use, and it's like vitality. So you're gonna replace that stagnation with vitality. Another point also that is definitely a benefit is that you get the somatic release, but the somatic release is not the destination, because it's just a threshold. The real work begins in the space created afterward. You can finally meet like your present self, your unconditioned self that is like freed. Yes.
Dhyanesh, I have a question.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of therapy in my life, with my body, with breathing, but somehow my body still feels like a stranger to me. Can this course help
Yeah.
with that?
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you so much for the question, Isabella. So, therapy, especially traditional therapy, helps you to understand your story, the narratives of your identity, of your personality. But this course helps you to embody connection with your parts, bring your presence in the place of unconsciousness, meaning really you become aware of yourself, of your body. So you don't feel anymore disconnected. It's not it's not just mind and body. It's one, it's oneness. That brings so much peace. Mila, yeah.
Yeah, I have another question.
Yeah, just one
So
question, then move forward. Yeah,
yeah, I'm exhausted with my mood swings.
yeah.
One time I feel so energized, and then the next day I don't want to do anything. Can this really change with this course?
Yeah, Yeah, because I mean about those swings, it's the body's way to trying to regulate. Hmm? But when the diaphragm and the belly are that armored, so that the rage and shame are trying to come up and be expressed, and there is no outlet, so then we shut down. The nervous system is trying to cope with that, and we have this situation of being unbalanced and having mood swings. What we do, we restore this fluidity. We restore really. We are gonna restore this what do you say? This stream of energy moving. So emotions are gonna be able to move through you instead of staying stuck. All right, guys. I would say now to change gears. Gerard, I would love to. It seems that you got a question. You could write that down in the chat, and then later we're gonna take care of it. Now I would love to move forward to the demo and the practice, so you can have a taste. Yeah, thank you so much. If someone else has been like raising the hand, like Gerard, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can see only a few windows here. No more than that. So, all right, demo. For the demo, we have organized to have a quick, simple video. Nilam, could you take care of this? Yeah. Okay, great. Now we see that this is the position that you're gonna use for the breath session. This, let me come back. So the back is relaxed, touching the floor, supported. The neck is relaxed, and there is nothing behind the neck. And the arms are along your body, on the sides of your body. All right. From this position, the knees are bent, the feet are flat, arms are relaxed, and it would be better also if you could close your eyes. Of course, it's up to you. Anyway, take a nice deep breath, Nila. Even with your nose, that's totally fine. And notice where you are holding any tension in your body, just scanning really quick. And another deep breath with your nose. Okay. So see, what we are doing is really switching from the mind to the body. Now, please start pressing your tailbone down. And notice that when you press your tailbone down, you are lowering, you are arching your lower back slightly. Do it a few times. Yeah, exactly. And notice that when you do this movement, then even the tummy rises. And then please press your tailbone down another time. And notice how the tummy is visibly expanding and the lower back is arching slightly. Once the inhalation is done, is completed, just let it go naturally, coming back to neutral. Please do it another time once you feel right. Yeah, and let it go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you to move your right arm so that we can see more clearly what's happening with your. That's good. Oh, even yeah, that's good. So please do the movement once again, pressing your tailbone down, noticing the chamois is naturally expanding and the lower back is naturally arching. And then everything relaxes and empty to neutral. Now, I'm gonna ask you to lift your tailbone gently. Just lifting the tailbone, the end of the spine, gently lifting. And then you notice that this is actually even a bit too much. You can do even less, but notice that when you do that, then the lower back gets flattened. What was actually not touching, now it's fully touching. So the lower back now is touching the floor because the tailbone is being lifted. And once you are done with exhalation, then you can let it go. Coming back to neutral. Please do it another time, lifting the tailbone. Just 1 inch is fine, 2 inches, no more than 2 inches, and then you let it go. The tummy is emptying out. It's a mechanical movement where the tummy is really emptying all the air. The tummy, and then of course also the chest and until the collarbone. Okay, now please, I'm gonna ask you to do both the movement. So you're starting by, as you inhale, pressing your tailbone down, the tummy is expanding, the lower back is arching. And once the inhalation is done, you let it go naturally, and the movement continue to the opposite move. The tailbone is lifting, the lower back is flattening into the floor, the belly and the chest is emptying out. Very good. Very good. That's it. Now you can rest. And this is the movement. This is our natural movement. That's how we generate power. All right, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, let me give you a few instructions about how we're gonna do the rest session. Also, if you have any question, please write in the chat so I can address it before going into the session. So we're gonna start with this gentle pelvic movements. It's gonna be the first phase, and we're gonna go for just 5 minutes. It's gonna be a short taste, just to give you an idea. It's gonna be 5 minutes. It's soft rocking, tuning in, so you can arrive fully in the body. Next, we will transition into a deeper, more activating phase. In this second phase, you are gonna let your pelvis find a slightly faster rhythm. Okay, up and down, the tummy expanding, emptying, expanding, emptying, and the lower back, of course, participating. It's a mechanical movement, right? So as you allow to have this rhythm and movement, that will naturally deepen and quicken your breath to build just enough internal pressure so that the system can start to express and release physically, emotionally, energetically. And at this point, at a certain point, after you build some energy and you took a certain faster rhythm, I'm going to invite you to play with the 7 belts of tension by moving through a series of touches and releases across the 7 segments. We'll begin with eye stretches, and then we'll move into jaw release, mouth open, adding sounds to unlock the throat. So I'm going to just mention and then I want to show you. We'll explore also shoulder rolls, arms movements, chest opening, belly ties, really moving the body and touching sound. These are all elements that are natural elements that are really part of what we do that allow us to have a natural release. So you can press, sway, shake, whatever has to be freed or felt a bit more. Unwinding in ways that you might not usually have allowed yourself. So for the eyes, what you can do is like eye stretches, left and right, or like circles, or just looking in weird directions. From the eyes, we go down the mouth. Ah, I don't know if you are like familiar with gibberish. So that's how we involve this part. Mouth stretches. Because with the mouth, when the mouth is stretched, we are mobilizing our jaw and also the bay here, the very beginning of our cervical. We open all this. Vocalize, make sound. See how also I'm moving my eyes, squeezing, opening, stretching. We keep going. As you see, it's really organic because the tongue is actually part of the throat. So for this one, we start moving the neck and can be la. So I'm moving, I'm mobilizing the energy here, but then also here. The whole sternocleidomastoid is working. And you can also use touch. It's so important, touch. It really brings body awareness. Like, oh, I'm here. For the nervous system, you are closing a circuit. It's like, I'm here. All right, very important. And then you keep going down. Can be the chest, touching the chest, especially here or here, bringing comfort. That's what we do when we are children. They do like, oh, come here, bringing comfort, feeling safe. It's very important, right? To bring safe. I keep saying very important because um, the work with the nervous system is really crucial, right? So we have the arms. The arms, I mean, it depends also what you are feeling. Maybe you are feeling like extremely angry, or maybe if it's not extreme, but something is going on, you feel a certain charge. So just maybe you can make fists, you can beat them, right? Move them. Chest, touch your chest, even with less pressure. It's up to you. That's very subjective. Come down to touching your sides, your diaphragm, your tummy, pressing gently to make contact with this part, the tummy, the pelvis, the pelvic bone, the thighs. Hmm? I'm gonna invite you to do these touches, to do the sounds, and then it's up to you. If you feel like, oh, I'm good, good. It's an exploration that you do. If you feel like, oh, I'm good like this, fine. So then go back to your pelvic breath. All right? Just that. So, yeah, a few details now about the breath. Okay? Because if you are touching the body, you don't need at this point to manage breath or the pelvic rhythm at this point here. Now it's just about exploring, about surrendering, let go the coordination of having breath and pelvis now. So let that body lead. Your only task at this point is just listening, just really to listen by opening to your feelings and let go, let them go through you. And you will breathe as deep and as fast as feels safe and right for you. This is about reconnecting, not forcing. The breath technique we're going to use is deep, circular breaths without pauses. And no need to start immediately deep. No, no. You are gonna freak out the system. Start where you are. Start where you are. And slowly, gradually, the body gives you the space and the possibility to make it deeper. Okay? Breathe into your belly, expanding the belly like Nilan was showing you, expanding the belly, then the diaphragm, chest until the collarbone over here. It's almost as if you are uh, um, inflating a oblong balloon. Hmm? So the breath, it has to be continuous. It's a flowing rhythm, and you find your own pace. Please start slow, and then gradually, as said, it's gonna deepen. All right. Then I'm gonna invite you to go faster. If this is like so much information, don't really worry. I'm gonna guide you through every step. A few important reminders. You are in control of the whole experience at all time. So if there is a certain intensity, feels like too much, so you can dial it down by slowing your breath. You can open your eyes. You can do with your nose instead, just with the mouth. Okay? Another thing that can happen is cramping. Maybe you can have like cramps like this. It can happen in the hands or maybe around the mouth. That's okay. It's common. Just slow down. That's it. Breathe more gently. Use your nose, and it's gonna go away. It will pass. You may want to grab a blanket for the session. That can be useful. And let me see if there are any questions. No, there are not. Okay, guys, so we are ready to go. So find a position where and a place where you can lie down. You can keep the video on so I can see how you're doing, or you can also switch it off as you please, whatever makes you comfortable. So please lie on your back, the knees are bent, and the feet are flat, like you saw in the video. I think we might go over 45 minutes. Anyway, that breath work is gonna be 15 minutes in total. Where the first you're gonna check in with yourself, get grounded. I'm gonna follow you with the movements, guide you with the movements, and then you're gonna go faster, the unwinding, and then finally some integration. All right. So um, if you have a problem to lie down and you prefer to stay sitting up, that's okay. It's not gonna be the same experience, but that's okay. Um, I would suggest to try to do the pelvic movement and maybe try not to have it that dramatic, that big. Maybe do a little bit, just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Please now take a nice deep breath. Inhale deeply through your nose and let your belly rise. And then exhale with a sigh, melting into the floor. Ah. Scan your body for a moment and notice where you are holding tension. Just a quick body scan from your feet, going through your legs, passing through the knees, and then the hips, feelings between the hips, the tummy, the lower back, upper back, chest, arms, right arm, left arm, the neck. Relax the neck and the head. Good. Now we're gonna start the music. The music is here to support you, not really to follow the rhythm of the music, but to invite you to meet yourself in the way you are, letting go any expectations of how things should be, could be. It's just about being curious to meet yourself now. Good. So as you inhale, just press your tailbone down into the floor. And as you do that, notice your lower back arching slightly and your belly rising and expanding. And when you finish your in breath, gently release back to neutral and then smoothly continue the movement, transitioning into the opposite move, lifting your tailbone slightly as you exhale and pressing your entire lower back into the floor. Feeling your belly sinking inward and getting empty. And please keep going, combining gently these movements in one flow. Take your time. The mouth is open and you breathe in and out of your mouth. Just the way it is, no need to push at all. As you inhale, you press your tailbone down into the floor. The lower back arches slightly, and your tummy expands really nicely when you inhale. And without pushing, without forcing, but in a really kind of a lazy way, when the in-breath is complete, let it go back to a neutral position, and then continue the movement, transitioning into lifting the tailbone slightly with the exhalation, emptying mechanically and gently your tummy. And you can even have a sigh. Ah. In this way, you signal your nervous system that everything is fine and you are good to go for your exploration, to touch those deeper parts of yourself inside that are difficult to join, to reach. Combining these movements in one flow. And we come for the start to make it a little deeper. You may close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, so you can focus inwards totally. Opening the mouth, opening the throat. Really expanding nicely the tummy when you inhale, and then continue expanding the diaphragm and the chest. Allow the mouth and the throat to open. Allow a sound, a sigh to be there. Fully giving permission to yourself to open into feelings. Okay, and now please start to go a little faster with your pelvis. Start to go a bit faster with the pelvis, and that will make your breath go faster. Pushing just a bit. Go for it. Really try to go. Going a bit deeper and a bit faster. Using the breath as a tool to explore yourself, to feel yourself, to awake yourself. Feeling the sensations inside that makes you more awake. Use the breath as a brush that touches you from the inside. Breathing in and out through your mouth. This is your time. In and out. Expanding nicely the tummy, the whole tummy, while you press your tailbone into the mat, into the floor. Opening the tummy, opening the diaphragm, the chest. And then emptying out in a continuous breath fashion, breathing fashion. No need to lift the tailbone that much. Just an inch. Make it comfortable. Smoothen any tension, any unnecessary tension. Make it comfortable. Allow the energy to really become one, to become a stream of energy. And this movement that can take over because you are building energy. You're going faster. Trust your body. Trust your body. Go faster. Okay. And now slightly let that go. Slightly let that go. We're gonna change also music track, and we're gonna transition now. We're gonna transition so that you can use your hands and start to bring it to your eyes. Bring them to your eyes while you keep breathing with your mouth open. You can try to also find your own rhythm while you touch your eyes and stretch the eyes left and right or making circles. Notice what kind of sensation comes up when you have this stretch. Keep going with the breath in and out, in and out. Stretching the eyes, making eye circles, touching the sides of your head, pressing a little bit over your temples, the sides of your head, in the back of your head, opening the eyes. And then moving into your jaw, touching your jaw with your fingers, opening the mouth, opening the mouth, stretching the mouth, and start also exploding with some sounds. Touching the jaw, touching the neck right behind. Really putting the fingers into your neck, into these tender parts. Keep using the breath to support you. Really taking the time to connect with yourself without an expectation, with your presence, with your presence. Touching the neck, going back down the neck. And I really invite you to keep exploring the sounds. Sounds are very particular vibration that can move stagnant energy. Touching the neck from behind, but then also the front part of your neck. Use the sound to move energy here. Really use it. Use your sounds. Uh, Good. Then you can move down, touching under the collarbones, touching your chest, squeezing, feeling. You can touch the chest, you can touch the shoulders. You can also move the shoulders, mobilizing the shoulders up and down. Moving the arms, stretching the arms, not really for stretching, but to feel them, to really feel them. Use the breath here, really use the breath, especially now that you are in the chest and the arms. Using the arms to open the chest, open it. Use the arms, use the breath to open. Using the sound when you exhale. Let it out, let it out. And touching the sides, the diaphragm. The diaphragm is really right under your ribs, touching this part. Sometimes this part is quite tender. Use the breath so you can open to these feelings, to express these feelings using the body movement, using the sound, using the voice, using the touch, finding expression. Pressing, then the tummy, pressing the tummy. Ah. And then touching the pelvic bone, touching your thighs, feeling that you are here, feeling these feelings. Come back to your breath now. Coming back to your breath. Very good. And now we're gonna do a breath hold. Take a big breath in and let it all go, let it all out. One more deep breath in. Hold it and let it all out. And now let it hold it out. Let it hold it out. Become empty. Hold it out for a moment. Connect to your deeper self. Connect with this very moment. Connect to your deeper desires. Why you're here. What you really, really care. Connect with that. And then breathe in with the next breath. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Allowing relaxation. Breathe into your nose. Breathe out to your mouth. Keep breathing in this way. Just feeling. Just receiving relaxation. Slowing down as much as possible. Allowing relaxation. Allowing effortlessness. Staying connected with your body. Just receiving streams of energy, relaxation. Slowing down. Breathing in your nose, breathing out of the mouth. And slowly start to bring your awareness gently back into your body. Maybe moving the toes a little bit, the fingers just a little bit, and slowly and gently just trying to bring yourself back, maybe curling up towards one side. Good. Moving slowly, coming back into a sitting position. You may keep your eyes still closed for a moment, just noticing the difference of now and before we started. I want to take a moment, guys, to say thank you. Thank you so much for trusting me, trusting us. Thank you for showing up